Good evening, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. If you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those Bitcoin charts for our Bitcoin evening wrap. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. So we are giving this a go. Well, basically giving 14k a go at the moment, it seems. We are holding above this 13k midpoint at the moment. We've been trading in and around it. So yeah, I mean, obviously you can see the bulls, they're eyeing up around this zone. It would actually be be very nice for us as Bitcoin bulls if we do get up to and tag this 14k region, and then we just play out a little range between 14 and 13k whilst we just consolidate price action. That would be if we can hold above 13k, trade between 13 and 14k for a period of time. Obviously things don't go up in a straight line, but yeah, for a period of time as a sort of long form bull flag, and then yeah, we will then have a nice base to push on. Well, basically the next stop after this will just be going to 20k realistically, won't we? If we trade up to 14k, put in a base here and then break up, well, the next stop will be around 14k, won't it? So obviously the downside is we could just form a bit of consolidation around this level here. So basically 12 to 13k. So yeah, I mean, you guys, I'm sort of looking at this overall range now, basically between 12 and 14k. It just happens to be that they work out roughly as well, not whole numbers, but as in like 12,000, 13,000, 14. They work out as just as those levels. It's not like I've particularly tried to draw them as that. But they just happen to be the levels. I guess there is significance with obviously the triple O's. But yeah, so we are, I mean, that's in my mind what Bitcoin is doing at the moment. It is deciding, are we going to consolidate above this level here, in this zone, and tag the 14k, or are we going to trade sideways a little bit around this around this 13k, and then drop down and trade between, well, either between 12 and 13k, or maybe even around 12 and a half. We could hold around the 12 and a half, the mid region, and then yeah, and then push on from there. That is the decision I believe the market is making. If we look at the DXY, interestingly, we've had more bullish price action in Bitcoin, whilst the DXY has, as you can see, we lost this level. Had a 4-hour 9, and then we traded back up to this level, bounced back down, got rejected from it, and then we now proceeded back above, and we are looking to now test this horizontal. So are we going to end up with a descending broadening wedge in the DXY? Maybe. Obviously descending broadening wedge is a bullish pattern, which actually does remind me. Let's go and have a look at our if we go over to here, go over to my profile. If I can go to my profile, here we go. Can I get it here? Yeah, my profile. And then we just look at one of the ideas I had, the descending broadening wedge in Bitcoin, that we had down here. Bitcoin descending broadening wedge. This was it. How long ago did I do this? Obviously, I did it when price action was here. That was our target up here. And yeah, let's see what happened. And well, we're nearly there, aren't we? So that pattern looks to be playing out nicely. Also, you can see it was a perfect breakout, perfect back test, and then get bought up from the back test. So as you guys will know, I talk a lot about basically the back test. So the forward check, the back check, the paycheck. This is the point when the big players jump in, because they buy the back test. I mean, big players can't buy breakouts because all they're going to do is pump the price up higher than it was, and then ultimately people are going to sell into that, and they've bought then, and they paid high prices because there's not as much liquidity, because everyone's buying in, and then yeah, and then that's it. So they don't want to do that. So what they do is they sort of accumulate as we come down, and then when we get to the actual back test, they buy more, and then buy it all the way back up. And that is how whales play. But yeah, It is interesting to see. It's not interesting, but yeah, I see it all we see it all the time in lots of price action. That's why we talk about it, because it happens. They are the underlying psychological dynamics, market trading dynamics that make this thing happen. But yeah, so nice move, descending broadening wedge, which brings me to the potential descending broadening wedge we've got forming here in the DXY. So yeah, are we going to form a descending broadening wedge, breakout, and then go back bullish? Well, if we are doing that, that would by implication mean we're not realistic. Well, we could take out this low and obviously just come down lower, but yeah. But it would obviously mean we're then going to have to bounce higher at this point and then come back down. But yeah, I mean, that's just pure crystal ball speculation on that pattern anyway. It just as I was eyeing it, it was looking like that's what it potentially was. But yeah, you guys know my view. At any point, we're going to get rejected by here. Obviously, we've got stimulus coming. Is it going to be a buy the rumor, sell the fact, as in like sell the dollar into it, buy it after it? I don't know. I think the bond market is telling us we are expecting a lot of issuance. So the currency is gonna be the release valve, isn't it? Euro USD as the proxy, as you can see, it's having its retrace off its 4-hour 9 as well. If it decides it wants to show up, there it is. Perfect 4-hour 9. Also, you guys will know the 4-hour 9s are my favorites. But yeah, 4-hour 9, perfect move down off the 4-hour 9 there. I mean, we are in this golden zone. We can trade sideways in this zone anyway, so it's no real problem. We're not realistically need to worry until we break this level here. Worry as in basically the dollar strengthening. So yeah, BTC.D is well, it broke out obviously this important level, broke back under it. It's now looking to regain it. But if we kind of get rejected here and move down, then yeah, things could start to look really good for alts then, if that does happen. Ethereum, our alt in chief, now having a nice move up. Now we broke that 400 we were talking about, and as you can see, once we broke it, we then had a nice push to the upside. 4-hour 9 as well, so we're going to just consolidate around here, maybe back test this important level and then carry on upwards. 420 is also a pretty important level for us to basically break above, as you can see just from where I've got lined up here. It's an important level. But yeah, either way, into this zone here, this is the golden zone for Ethereum, into this zone here, which we're well into at the moment. Interesting to see how the Ethereum Satoshi pairing is doing. So there we have it, the move that we were looking at. We were talking about this, the push down, the pump back up, the push down, the pump back up, the push down, the pump back up. Here's the push down, and then there we have it, the pump back up. Ethereum starting to get a move on. I mean, I was literally saying this before when we were down here. I was like, this is more likely to get picked up here, pump back up, and then it's a case of how high can we get up, and can we go full bull again? I mean, realistically, this level where we need to get above to go full bull. Interesting choice of words there. But yeah, if we get back above there, then things are looking good. But yeah, things obviously looking better for Ethereum as our number one alt. So yeah, I mean, Ethereum obviously leading first, and then potentially some of the other alts will get some love and attention there afterwards. Gold and silver obviously following more closely that move in the dollar that Bitcoin isn't doing. But yeah, gold and silver. I think we are transitioning into a fact where Bitcoin is now being perceived as as actual viable currency alternative, because things are looking dicey. Things are looking dicey in the financial system. It does feel like we are in like the final throes of the fiat Ponzi system, but that does not mean that these final stages won't go on for like 5-10 years. They're going for a long time, this final 10 years or so of this system. But we just do know from places that have currency problems, such as Venezuela, Iran, Turkey, places like that, they use Bitcoin. They use a lot of Bitcoin. So that is potentially getting priced into these markets, Bitcoin as a viable currency alternative. Also, I was talking to one of my friends about this today, just about the trends in Bitcoin, how we were potentially entering a deflationary environment. Not good for, obviously good for the dollar going up, not good for commodities, basically risk assets, and especially not good for Bitcoin. But then we were talking about, even if we went into that environment, things were looking bad. Bitcoin has obviously gone up thousands of percent since 2010, and there's nothing to say that it can't just keep going onwards and upwards, basically. So yeah, so even in the face of any sort of macroeconomic environmental factors. So yeah, back to Bitcoin itself. Let's have a look through some of the higher time frame counts for, well, what TDs we are at. 10 hour potentially coming in soon. We don't look at the 10 hour too much, but yeah, we've now got that 12 hour TD9, but we are obviously trading above that now and above this resistance. So this could be the one where we're looking for the double TD9. Maybe we'll get not as an accelerated move, but just a float up to the 14k and then trade out this range. I mean, that is what I really want to see. I want to see up to 14k, trade out this range, altcoins go to the absolute moon, lots of hype, get back into Bitcoin, into crypto as a whole, and then yeah, all those DeFi protocols, all that yield farming, all that good stuff that we had going on around here for this brief period of time. We get back going on with all that good stuff up here, with more actual interest from people coming into crypto. Then yeah, I think we could end up in another a golden age for Bitcoin, which an age in Bitcoin is like about 2 weeks. So maybe a little bit more. Buy daily buy daily 9 coming in as well, 2 daily 9. So maybe that'll have some effect. Maybe that will come in around the 14k actually. We have got well, this candle's actually closing soon, so we'll be on the buy daily 9. So acceleration into that buy daily 9. Up into 14k, that will look pretty normal, and then play some sideways to down in 1000k region based on a 2-day candle range. So that would look normal. That is my that will be my crystal ball call. So yeah, and 3 days a long way off that 9 coming in. But yeah, so yeah, bi-weekly 9, we'll just have a look at the glory of the TD. 1 to 4 candle correction, and then bust back above the candle, bust back above the 9, and then full bull again. So things are looking very good. Let's have a look at the stochastic. We'll have a whiz through the stochastic scene as we usually do. Obviously the stochastics have already given us that great indicator that we're going to get this big move up. When they were all aligned, they were all looking fantastic, and then we did get this massive move up. But yeah, 4 hour, yeah, obviously had a little bit of reset, but now pointing back up again, got room to move up. 10 hour, yeah, had a bit of a price flip. I call it a price flip. It's not a price flip. That's what happens when you get a TD count. But yeah, pointing back up again. 12 hour, sorry, still pointing up, but can obviously hold up here for a bit. Daily has turned back up as well. 2-day getting high, but still got some juice left in there. And then 3-day, 5-day, weekly, even bi-weekly turn back up, and obviously monthly looking fantastic. So yeah, like I said, if I had to pick a scenario, I'm not saying this is more than 50% likely to happen. I just think it will look best for price action, just for the chart, just for what looks normal on a chart to me. Is that a better way of expressing that idea? But yeah, to get up to basically we'll just fill out this zone, play sideways in this zone, and then yeah, and then build up some momentum, because once we go over this 14k, guys, once we go over this 14k, we have only been over 14k once before. And yeah, if we do it again, in fact, we didn't even get over 14k at that point. I remember we didn't. I remember I was literally working a massive short position at this point, because we were hitting the 618 retracement, and yeah, I was working a massive short, and then I eased down that position quite a lot because I was going to bed. And then I literally saw my phone, it was at 12k, and I was like, how is it at 12k when it was literally about just tapping on 14k? And I was a bit annoyed because I didn't make anywhere near the amount of profit I would have done if I just stayed up a few hours, or I was up, but stayed at my desk a few hours longer. Anyway, that aside. Yeah, take out 14k. We are basically, I mean, this is the only price action up there. We will make our way to 20k and beyond. Basically, there's no one can tell me otherwise. I will not listen. I will put my hodl goggles on. There's a lot of rhyming pairs and words today, isn't there? I'll put my hodl goggles on and just ignore you all you bears. And then yeah, I'll be looking for like whatever 22k, 30k, wherever we want to go, 50k ultimately. We'll go on a tear. So yeah, that is it, guys. After that crazy talk. So yeah, thanks for listening. Remember, this is clearly not a financial advice. I'm clearly not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research, but then you're not a financial advisor either. So interesting, that, isn't it? But interesting concept. But anyway, so yeah, thanks for listening. I'll speak to you guys in the morning.